Hey YouTube, welcome to Trade Tuesday again, episode, I should have thought of this before, is it episode 6? Something like that. No car journey this week, I'm afraid. I did a swap in the trade thing, and it was my pal Ronnie who came over to my house, so I didn't go anywhere. Currently our situation was, I bought a bass, the vintage P bass, and I bought that Telecaster, which is maybe not, it's not going to be a tradey one, that one I think. And I bought, in episode 2 or 3, I went and got a Yamaha Pacifica, a wee Encore Strat, and a Gould thing. So basically the two guitars that look like they're going to be the tradey ones were the vintage P bass and the Yamaha Pacifica, which I did a video for the other night, which is what I swapped for this. So I've got two kind of trades running. One was going to be a bass, one was going to be a guitar. They're both guitars now. So the vintage P bass swapped for the Les Paul that I have, which I've still got, but I've done a deal with that swapping, which I'm not telling you what it is. I should have that by next week. Maybe a wee bit of a day trip down the Clyde for that one. And the Pacifica I swapped for this. So they're both now guitars. Whether they combine to each other, I'm kind of putting them up for sale, for swap. And then if nobody's going to do that after a week or something like that, I'll sell them and then I'll pull the money together and buy something. Or don't really know what I'm doing yet. Hope that wasn't something important. Yeah, so it doesn't have any pickups, is basically the first thing you're going to say. This is a Line 6 variax. I had one of these about a year or 2 years ago and I didn't like it. That one was a 500 or a 600, which was a more expensive guitar. It was a Korean one. I think the actual gubbins is the same. It's the same. It's got a piezo pickup in the bridge, which is how it works. And then you've got this rotary pot, which gives you however many sounds it gives you. Different modelling. It's a modelling guitar. So the Indonesian, the Korean one, it was black with a pearl scratch plate, and I wondered if it just comes down to purely the look of it. It's a pretty ugly guitar, but there's something about this one I like. Something about the red and the white seems to sort of, I don't know, it seems dead unpretentious. I like it. I'm not sure this is going to be a tradey one or this is going to be a keepy one. I've been messed about with it this morning. I figured I might as well video it while I'm running through what the sounds it does is. So this one's an Indonesian one. This is a 300. Oh well, actually, I assume it's a 300. I haven't actually looked it up. It's just so maybe it's exactly the same as the one I had before. Maybe it is a 500, and it's maybe just the colour that's making me like it more. What happened with the last one was I remember doing a demo video of it, and all the sounds on it I figured were kind of, yeah, that's kind of like a telly or whatever, but it doesn't sound as good as a real telly because it's not a real guitar. It's modelled, but one of the guys, it wasn't the guy I sold it to because I sold it on eBay, but someone came round and had a shot of it one time, and I thought it sounded amazing. But I think it's because he kind of knew how to play it. So if you're playing an acoustic sound, you strum it like an acoustic, like you play it like an acoustic. The similar sort of things happen with my MIDI guitar. Maybe it's because I'm a bit more used to playing that now. It's like if you're playing a piano, you've got to play it like a piano. You don't just strum chords. On a piano, you've got to sort of individually pick them. You do hit chords, try and hit all the strings at the same time, so it sounds more like you're playing a piano. Kind of applies to this as well. So it's like, if you're playing acoustic, you don't want to be chugging out Black Sabbath riffs because it'll sound like you're playing it on an acoustic, which is not what it's for. There's a wee bit of approaching it, and I think also the other thing is when you're sitting playing this and an acoustic sound's coming out, you're not playing an acoustic because you're playing an electric guitar. Whereas if you hear somebody playing it, which is what happened with this guy came over, I thought that sounds just like an acoustic, but he's obviously playing an electric guitar, so for him it maybe doesn't sound as good. So I think for recording and stuff, these are probably pure amazing. So what you've got here is you've got a 5-way switch, a volume and a tone, which work as normal. I'll tell you the tone does something else though. And on this last knob, it's like a rotary thing. We've got Custom 1, T-Model being Telecaster, Spank being Stratocaster, Lester, Les Paul, Special, I've got the manual up there, R-Billy for Rockabilly, so I'd imagine it's Gretsch's and stuff, Chime, which I think might be Rickenbacker's, Semi, which is Yeah, not rude. It's it'll be like your 335s and stuff like that. Jazz box, which will be jazzy guitars, acoustic, reso, and custom too. So I'm just going to work through these a little bit. I'm not going to bother with the custom things because you can actually change what the custom are. So what you do is you can, if you hold the button in and rotate it or something, you can move it. So custom one's got the 5-way lever, gives you the 5 sounds that you're going to use most, sort of thing. Well, it's quite clever. Is like, say when you're on, I'm on T-model Telecaster just now, you've got a 5-way switch. Like on a Strat, the 5-way switch does what you expect. You know, it gives you this pickup, these 2 pickups, this pickup, these 2 pickups, this pickup. You know, kind of like a Strat, but a Tele's only got a 3-way switch, but there's still a 5-way switch here, so it gives you the 3 Tele sounds and another 2 stuck in from another type of Telecaster, which I'm about to get to. So the T model, based on a 1960 Telecaster custom. Note the neck pickup position. This model, like the original, has a very deep sound, and the tone control doesn't work. So I think on the original Telecaster, when you went into the neck position, it was like having the tone knob on full bung. So that's kind of that. So positions 1 is a 1960 Telecaster bridge position, and position 4 is a 1960 Telecaster neck position with the tone control fully off. For positions 3 and 5, you've got a 68 Telecaster thin line. So position 3, so you get one is the position 3 is the bridge and the neck of a thin line Tele, which is still 2 single coils, so maybe not that different. And then position 5 is the neck position on a thin line Tele, and the last one is position 2, which is based on a modified 68. For people looking for more versatility, Workhorse Tele discovered they could get a much more powerful sound by combining the 2 pickups in series. Like, that's my Telecaster mod when you can make a humbucker using the two pickups. I keep pointing to pickups that aren't there. Yeah, so this will be the Telecaster 1960 Telecaster bridge pickup. So does it sound like a Tele? And I'd have to say it sort of does. That's in position 1. The tone control works exactly like it should. If you go to position 2, that's what I do is the Malcolm mod, so it's like using the 2 pickups as a humbucker, so you get like a sort of super wide range humbucker. Which it does sort of. Should mention I'm playing through my Laney VC15 with no pedals on, and it's coming through that 3x12 cabinet recorded by a mic up there. This doesn't have new strings on it. I was going to put strings on it, but I figured I've not yet decided what I'm doing with this guitar. So rather than me just playing this all the time, I'm going to the options, which I might have decided by the time of the end of having playing it. There's a few options in this. One of them is just to trade it up, because I'm kind of trading up all the way anyway to see if I can get to a guitar I really want. The problem is I like lots of guitars. I don't really like having lots of guitars. There's lots of guitars I like, and even things like that vintage Les Paul. That was a really nice guitar. I tempted to keep it. I kind of like the sort of cheaper end and things like that Tele, which I did buy technically with the YouTube money, but I bought the Yamaha as well, so I can't buy both of them with my initial payment. But the initial payment does cover the Pacifica and the bass, and where did I get that? Probably covers the petrol or the diesel for the Mighty Panda to go and get the 2. So there you go, nice flat level. I didn't really have to do that much to either of them. Kind of to try to be as open as possible for the modding thing. I didn't really have to do. Didn't have to do anything to the bass. The Pacifica, it really just needed a clean and a setup, which I do anyway. So I suppose you could argue that if a guitar shop will charge you £100 for a setup, so maybe I'm doing that free, if you know what I mean. This one needs strings. It doesn't really. I have actually adjusted the intonation because it was off, but sounds good. Yeah. So options for this. Well, there's Iron Brew and Buckfast. I was thinking because Bucky Caster. The thing that kind of put me off a little bit because it doesn't have pickups in it is neither of them are really going to work because you're not going to have. Well, I suppose you get white knobs. Maybe the knobs could be colours. I think Bucky would be green, yellow, red pickups, yellow scratch plate, red pickups. Whereas this doesn't have pickups, so it would just be green and yellow. I'd maybe need to put red knobs on. And if I did the Iron Brew, it'd be the same thing. It'd be orange and blue or blue and orange with white pickups. But I'd maybe put white knobs on it. Not sure I like that because the thing is I quite like this one. The next option, which I do like, but I don't have actually any just now, is keeping it pure simple, going for the sort of Starsky and Hutch look and getting insulating tape, but getting white insulating tape, putting 2 competition stripes on it. I think that would look pretty cool. Another option is I could put pickups in this. Do I put like a couple of humbuckers in it or something, and then have like I've not actually been in it to see how the volume control works. I don't know whether it's just a standard volume, but if I had like a humbucker and then a 3-way toggle switch to choose which humbucker, and then a 3-way toggle switch to choose whether you were listening to the modelled sounds or the real guitar. So that would give you a sort of 2 pickup guitar, and then you can switch to the variax for fancy stuff, like for the acoustic sounds and stuff like that, which would be pretty cool. All other option would be rip the gubbins out and stick them into another guitar, because I think if I could put the variax thing inside, say like a Telecaster, I think that would be hugely desirable. Quite a lot of work on it, but I think that'd be worth lots of money because people go, oh, what, it's like a Mexican Telecaster, fantastic, everything and then it's got a switch that puts it into this other mode which does everything. So that'd be interesting. In that case, what I would do is I would put a couple of pickups in this and then just have it wired as a normal guitar. But the thing is, I quite like this. It's got its own look. It doesn't look like any other guitar. The not having pickups in it just gives it that really weird spaceshipy future look. So I think maybe the white competition stripes are the way to go. That's by far the easiest option. And you can always peel them off if whoever it is. If I decide to swap it, nobody likes it. Yeah. So anyway, back to just basically working out what this thing does. So we're already at we've already done the Telecaster bridge pickup, and then you've got the Telecaster two pickups wired in like a humbucker sound. And then position 3 is the bridge in the neck of a thin line telly. So that'll be like the bridge pickup. And then both pickups. It does this bit. That's one of my favourite sounds of a Telecaster. This will sound much better with good strings. And then the next one is the neck pickup with all the tone off, which does sound like a neck pickup with all the tone off. Because that's one of the things that actually changed. I always say that when Leo Fender invented the Telecaster, he kind of got it just right straight off the bat, first go. He didn't. This is 1960, so they're still not worked out how to do the 3-way switch yet. The 3-way switch does different things than what it does now. Nowadays we're just used to it being bridge pickup, both pickups, neck pickup. Fantastic system, whereas on the original tellies that's not what it did. It was like bridge pickup without a tone control, neck pickup without a tone with the tone control, and then neck pickup with the tone on full, something like that. It wasn't the 3 sounds that are just pure obvious. And then here's the neck pickup with the thin line. It does have a So we'll move on to Spank being Stratocaster. I thought Spank would be telly, but there you go. So Stratocaster bridge pickup. In this case, the 5-way switch just gives you the 5 sounds that you're meant to get on a Strat. So bridge being too sharp really for use. Actually, just out of interest, so this is a bridge pickup and a Strat. This is bridge. is different, it's a wee bit brighter, which I suppose you would say that a Telecaster bridge pickup is. And then position 2, which is one you're going to want. Middle position. Position 4 being these two that aren't there. Next position. But my personal opinion is the middle positions aren't louder, are a wee bit quieter than I think they should be. You don't normally get such a drop in volume, but then again, hold on, if I go to the next page down in the thing, we've got Spank being the Stratocaster. Maybe that's what happens on a 1959 Stratocaster, whereas obviously I've not played a 59 Stratocaster. I'm classing things like that Blazer as a Strat, which I suppose it isn't. Alright, our model makes one slight liberty. Unlike the original instrument, the tone control works on the bridge pickup too. So, neck pickup, the tone control works on all of them. Yeah! I should really be trying to use a bit of distortion. Here's a wee bit of distortion from the Boss pedal. I think that it does sound like a Strat position 4, doesn't it? Back to clean. And then the next one in the list is Lester. It's written on the edge of the knob. So Lester being a Les Paul. This has got another bit of a difference. If you look at the knob there, you see it says on it what it is you're looking at. It's just a rotary. So we're on Lester for Les Paul. Again, this has got a 5-way switch, and a Les Paul only has 3 ways. So what do we get? A 1958 Les Paul standard. So positions 1, 3 and 5 are your usual Les Paul sounds. Bridge, both of them neck. Positions 2 is based on a 1952 Les Paul Gold Top with a P90, and position 4 is a Les Paul Custom. Offers 3, this is the sound of having 3 pickups. You know, the triple pickup one. So positions 2, you've got a 3 pickup Les Paul, and in position 4 you've got a P90. So that's really interesting. So here we go, bridge pickup Les Paul with distortion. Neck pickup. Middle position being all both humbuckers on. Oh, that was so accurate. He's a bit sharp for a Les Paul, I would have thought. I'm assuming this is 25.5-inch scale, so maybe that's something to do with it. So this is Strat scale, so maybe the Les Pauls aren't as accurate because there's quite a difference in string tension and feel between like the shorter Gibson scale and the full-on Fender scale. So maybe this is why this is seeming a little bit strange. Also could be the fact I've got that overdrive pedal on. No, I'm still saying that doesn't really sound particularly Les Paul. Position 2 was the 3 pickup Les Paul. That kind of does sound like when you get 3 humbuckers on. I I very rarely put 3 humbuckers in a guitar because it's not really worth it. And then this one should be P90 in the neck with distortion. Definitely got characteristics of a P90. Yeah, so this is going to be a really, really long video, so I'll try and start skipping through them a little bit. This is the interesting one. We've got special. Right, so this gives you some interesting things. What's position 1? It doesn't even tell you. It doesn't tell you, but I can see by looking at it what it is. So position 1 should be a 56 Les Paul Junior, which is a single P90 in the bridge. So that's why it didn't give you the P90 in the neck, in the bridge, and the Les Paul thing. So this should be a single P90 in the bridge. Position 2 is a 1976 Firebird in the bridge. It does actually sound like a Firebird. Many humbuckers. But many humbuckers can have their own sound, which is this is not a bad approximation of. Ultimately not as good, I don't think, as a single coil or a full humbucker, but if I could play some Roxy music I would. Middle position is a 1955 Les Paul Special. So this is 2 P90s, both P90s in the middle. Again, it does have a P90 string going on about it. Position 4 is the Firebirds in the neck position, so mini humbucker. The last position is the neck P90 from a 55 Les Paul Special. That's just kind of, it seems to be doing what it's doing. R-Billy, Rockabilly. So 1, 3 and 5 is a 1959 Gretsch 6120 R-Billy, and then 2 and 4 are from a Silverjet. Just the two. So you get all the sounds from a Gretsch 6120, which kind of looks like a White Falcon as far as I don't really know much about Gretsch. And then the other one's a sort of the more Les Paul George Harrison one, and it only gives you bridge and neck. So this is a bridge position in a 59 Gretsch. Probably not wanting distortion for that one, eh? Perfect for the crushing power chords of Who's Next. So this is both the pickups. The neck position. To the Silverjet bridge pickup. just doing all these with the distortion on because I like distortion. There's this neck pickup on the same guitar. You could maybe always just buy this before you decided what kind of guitar it was you wanted or liked the sound of. Gretsch is one of the ones I've never really been. I've never had one. I had a shot of a couple, but never really. They're kind of like a bit big and wimpy looking, is what I think looking at them. But I mean, I can hear that having quite a nice little aggressive sort of. Try not to look at myself in the picture where I see me playing an electric guitar rather than having like a super hollow thing. Right, so that'll be our Billy. And we've got Chime, it is Rickenbackers. So we've got a... Alright, so 1, 3 and 5 are a Rickenbacker 360, that's the Pete Townshend one. And 2 and 4 are the George Harrison 12 string. So here we go, bridge pickup. Should this be clean? Nah. And then both pickups. Sorry, I'm just keeping these on distortion just now. So here we've got the 12 stringer bridge pickup. Is that particularly 12 string? Maybe if I turn distortion off it now. Well, that sounds particularly 12 stringy. Maybe a little bit. I think maybe it's more when you're playing chords it sounds like the 12 stringer. Rapidly going through these. We're now into semis. So we've got a 335 and an Epiphone Casino. So the 335 is the main one, so you've got 1, 3 and 5 are bridged both neck, and then 2 and 4 are the bridge and neck of a Casino. I'm not sure if a 335 really sounds any different from a normal guitar. I can see it does when you're actually playing it because there's sounds coming out the sound holes and stuff, but I don't know. This is really not knowledgeable for me. That doesn't really sound like a 335, but then again I don't really play them very often. Neck position. Epiphone Casino, bridge position. I played Taxman on it because when I saw Paul McCartney at Hampden, he came out with an Epiphone Casino. I think it was in 1965. Is that for all you guitar collectors, Epiphone Casino? And it's like pure, yeah. We're all dead impressed with your 1965 Epiphone Casino. Pretty rare, worth a wee bit more money because it's a left-handed one. Also, it's the one you wrote paperback writer and played on it with, so it's no idea what that guitar's worth. 10 times as much as one that wasn't Paul McCartney's one, maybe something like that. Yeah, so you can see which ones I'm most interested in. Jazz boxes. I just don't really think I'll cycle through them dead quickly on clean. Oh, did I actually have that? Yeah, okay, so scrub the last bit. I was using the same sounds again. The 335 I was using, I was still on the Rickenbacker thing, so that's why it wasn't sounding like a 335. So now we're on the Rickenbacker one. So now we've got Rickenbacker 6 string. And both pickups. It does sound a bit more Rickenbacker. See, that was me cycling through it on the computer and forgetting to turn the knob on the guitar. And then we're getting the neck pickup. Now this is a 12 stringer. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, it does sound like a 12 stringer. I'll turn the distortion off. I would be sitting there going, I didn't sound like a 12 stringer on the last one, that's why. And then the bridge position. And then if I go to the next one is the semi, so this should be the Epiphone Casino Anthem, which I forgot to press. That sounds a bit more like it, doesn't it? A bit more distortion. Both pickups in the DT5. Then Epiphone Casino. Not a huge difference between the Epiphone Casino and the 335. Then Casino in the neck. One more test on Queen, see if it makes a difference. There's a difference. Right, now we're on to jazz boxes, which I'm not really that interested in. So we got an ES175, that's a Ted Nugent guitar actually, and then for the main one, and then the second one is a Super 400, just giving you the two bridge and neck. So bridge position on a Ted Nugent. That sound different. Middle position on a Ted Nugent. And the guy from Yes. Neck. And then I'll just play play some jazz. Can't play jazz. You're trying to play wrong chords. Yeah, then the position 2 and 4 is the Super 400, so. And then this is the neck position of the Super 400. It's quite good actually. Turn the tone right down for jazzing. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a wee bit of a sidestep there. We're now on to acoustics. Yeah, then I can understand. So in the acoustics, what the tone control does this time is it moves the position of the microphone, apparently, so it makes a bit of a difference. Acoustic. We've got this is position 1, which is 1 and which is 5. I'm not really sure which way around it goes. And Martin 1959 D28, a 1970 D12, a 1967 018, a 1966 Guild 12 string. So it looks like positions 2 and 4 are 12 strings, then a J200, Gibson J200. So this is either, I think it's probably 1. I'm pretty sure 1's the bridge position, isn't it? Right, hold on. Let's have a look, see what it says in the other ones. It was pretty obvious in the previous one, which was which. Right, 1's the bridge position. So we'll start at the bridge. We've got the D28 acoustic. Acoustic sounds are pretty damn good at this. Especially if you're playing a gig and you just got one song that's got an acoustic in it, you just switch to. Then the tone control moves the mic. Fully on. Quite loud actually. And the next one in was a 12 string on it. Then we've got an 018. Another 12, this is a 1966 Guild. Quite huge sounding actually. And then the last one is a Gibson J200. Tone control works really well. It just gives you a sort of a bit of a choice. Right, enough of that. On to Rezo, which I'd imagine is our resonators and such. Resonators is a dobro, the choral sitar, a Dan Electro. Let's show you a picture of the Dan Electro. It doesn't. So Dan Electro might just be a. It's good. It's not just Rezo. It's kind of a mixture. So you get a dobro. actually got a dobro or a resonator and tone control work. Doing something. That does sound like a resonator to me. And then we've got the choral sitar. And the tone control on this one, it changes how much of the drone strings come through on it. I suppose that's the way to go. I mean, the whole point with the choral sitar was so you didn't actually have to learn to play the sitar, which is a big, awkward, difficult thing to play. This is kind of just, you don't need to learn anything. I think when you play sitar-y type things, it sounds like a sitar, but sometimes when you play things that shouldn't be in a sitar. You got to try and yeah, interesting. And then we've got a banjo. No, it's not. This is the 1965 Dan Electro. I was thinking it wasn't sounded particularly banjo-y. So this is what Gary Page used for things, according to that. Gary Page used distortion, didn't he? Guitar doesn't actually look unlike a Dan Electro. And then now we've got the banjo. So I actually bought a banjo at one point because I wanted a shot of one. I bought one that was in bits, and then a couple of days later I happened to be around at my pal's house who's got a banjo and got a shot of one that worked and hated it. Really, you know, the 5 strings and that is like too much to learn, couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to be able to do the rolls, which involves actually learning how to do the proper rolls. You know, banjo played slow isn't good, but when you start for me, banjo has to be fast, which I can't do. So I'd rather have this than a real banjo. That banjo, incidentally, still is in bits. I never bothered putting it together. I should really sell it. I just, after I played my pals one, I really realised I don't want a banjo. And the last one's a tricone, which is another type of resonator. Amazing how close these are to the 2 resonator ones are to actually my resonator, because these are things I actually know. I don't have a sitar, I don't have a banjo, so I don't really know how close they are. Yeah, I managed to get through them all. So we've got custom at the end and custom at the start, which you can change. I think this guitar plugs into USB, and you can actually download other sounds to put in it and stuff like that. But I mean, this is way far more complicated. I'm quite happy with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50 sounds that this has got. That's enough. Any more than that, you're just showing off, really, aren't you? So I think I might have a wee jam. That's been 45 minutes already. Well, there you go. Bet no one else has done a 45-minute thing cycling through this. Just with that one bit I got wrong where I forgot to turn the knob on the guitar. So I'll maybe go for a wee bit of an acoustic here. Simple. Going down that. Keep it simple. So hard to play the acoustic up there because you're right above the sound tool, but you can do it this. Oh, I can't. It's actually giving you the sort of the pluck noise that you get from the soundboard in acoustic. Because I don't think it's not desirable when you record, you can't get rid of that, but this is actually putting it in to make it sound more like an acoustic. Telecaster, the big pickup. Telecaster with distortion. Stratocaster up this before. Not playing a key I'm comfortable with. C? Who plays it C? Rickenbacker 12 stringer. What's interesting there is on a 12 string, which you may not know, the B and E strings are just chorused, they're just the same, whereas the other ones are actually octaved, so you can actually hear the difference in this. They're octave string, then you go to this one. Obviously you can't bend a 12 string like that. Well, that was a silly one. The reso sounds, so we'll go for the distortion and played banjo, but it was the banjo in the middle, just before. Well, yeah, okay, that was just a guitar. Instant 60s deal. I found this the other day. I'm going to try and play slides on a resonator because that's what they're for. Rubbish, it's like, see? Yeah, so I'll do it for another year. Those go back to the specials for the P90s one. I'll stick on the Joyo pedal for some rock over the top. Really bad choice of what the chords when I put in the start there. Playing in C and G seems to be, I don't have, those are keys I never play in. although you should be able to just move it up or down a couple of frets and end up with the same thing, it doesn't seem to do that for some reason. You just like, so you think you could play in G? Maybe actually. Maybe. Maybe not. Whatever. So there we go. So there was an incredibly long demo, and basically me just, I figured I might as well video anyway while I was sort of messing about, seeing what it all did. The guitar itself's actually pretty good, so I'm not really any closer to deciding what I'm going to do with it. Whether I'm going to keep it, or am I going to put pickups in it to make it look normal? Am I going to rip all the guts out and put them into another guitar, into a Telecaster perhaps? I don't know why a Telecaster keeps jumping up, but mind you, it's got 3 knobs, so Tele's not really going to take 3 knobs very well. But I just for some reason I just think, see this in a Tele, but then again I like it. I think it is what it is. It's got a character, and it kind of suits it. I think I'm going to buy white insulating tape anyway, or try and find it. I keep buying them in the pound shop. You know, you get like about 6 rolls, all different colours. Guaranteed, as soon as the next time I'm in the pound shop, I will buy them, and then I'll come back and I'll go and put them in my parts box right next to an unopened pack of 6 different colours of insulating tape, because I know I've got them. I keep buying them and I just keep instantly losing them. What I did, I got so fed up with doing that, what I was doing was I was buying a packet, open them up, putting a different roll, all in different boxes everywhere, so I could probably always find one, because most of the time it doesn't really matter what colour it is, you know, I'm just using it for taping off a wire or something like that, so it doesn't really matter what colour it was. Whereas this one I really want white, 2 white stripes. Yeah, and I managed to bring it in under an hour. So Trade Tuesday, if you've got anything interesting to trade for this, I might be interested in listening to it. If I decide to sell it, maybe if you offer me something really amazing, I will swap it, even if I decide I'm going to keep it. Also, apparently these take normal necks. I haven't actually checked that out, so I'll see when I take it to bits to see how moddable it is, so that you can just put a Strat neck on it or something. But that's, I don't know, I quite like the shape. I quite like that. Nowadays the Variax doesn't look like this anymore. They've done some sort of deal with Yamaha, so you're actually buying a Yamaha Pacifica with this stuff in it. Also, it's got an alternative tuning knob on it, which this one, I think if you plug it into a computer, you can set it up so you can put in drop D tuning and stuff like that on the knob in your custom settings, but I've not got that far yet. So, rock on, have a great week. Catch you later.